Hey guys, it's Poppy, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about a writing theory that's called the iceberg theory. So as you guys know, I am in the middle of revising my very first YA novel, and the whole iceberg theory thing kind of came about because I got to a point where I kind of realized that I wanted to know more about a group of characters that are in my story. So without giving too much away, because we don't want to do that, my book is about a young girl, 16-year-old girl, who lives in a small town, who finds out that she's been chosen to defend her town against this kind of great evil. And there is an organization that gives power to defenders, or to this girl as she's going to defend her town. And as I was reading through my draft, several times, and kind of looking at what I need to take out and all this kind of stuff, I started to think more about this organization, and I thought I wanted to know more about them. And I thought to myself, I should write a history for them, and I should learn more about them and know more about who they are and why they do what they do and how they came to be and how they came to do what they do. So I did what I normally kind of do. I sit down in front of my computer and I just brainstorm and just start writing all kinds of different ideas and thoughts about this organization and who they could be and all kinds of stuff. And I came up with a lot, you guys. A lot of background and a lot of history and just lots of things and inner workings and stuff like that. And it's all fantastic and I love it. But then at the same time I just started to think there's no way I'm gonna put all of this in my book. Otherwise my book would be about them and not about this young girl trying to defend her town. And we don't want that to happen. And that's really when the iceberg theory started to really kind of come to mind. I'd heard about it before. For those of you that don't know what it is a writing theory that was developed by Ernest Hemingway. And the thought behind it is really that it's okay as a writer to know lots and lots about your story and about your characters and your world and backgrounds and other things like that. But that doesn't mean that you necessarily want to share that all in your book, or that you need to share that all in your book. There's actually this really great quote about the theory by Hemingway, and it says, "If a writer of prose knows enough about what he's writing about, he may omit things that he knows, and the reader, if the writer is writing truly enough, will have a feeling of those things as strongly as though the writer had stated them." And I love the thought of that. He's basically saying, it's okay for you to have all of this knowledge and background and information, and if you write well enough, and leave some of that out, the reader's going to be able to sense it there as well. And I just, love it. I love the thought of that. I don't have to share everything that I've come up with about this organization, but if I write what I'm going to share well enough, that the readers will get a sense of history behind this organization and get a sense of, establishment. And yeah, if you think about it too, obviously the name of this theory, the iceberg theory, comes from the fact that an iceberg, you actually only see about 1/8 of an iceberg above the water, which is about 12.5%. So the other, 87.5% of it is underwater. And it's that thought that as you're writing, you're only going to get to show that top part. You're only going to get to show that 12.5%. So that means you got to make sure that you're showing the right thing. But at the same time, it's that other 87.5% that's under the water is supporting the part that you're showing. So yeah, I really kind of like that. It totally makes me think of J.K. Rowling, you guys. Not only because she's awesome, because she is, but I've read so many interviews that she's done where you've got people asking her random questions about characters, not even major characters, side characters and people who were in one book for 3 pages. And you've got people asking her what are characters' birthdays and what would this character's Patronus be? And the amazing thing is that she always she knows the answers to those questions. And I, as a reader and now as a writer, am completely amazed by that. Because obviously, J.K. Rowling has created this humongous world within the Harry Potter books. And yet at the same time, there's so much more that we've never even seen that she knows. And I love that, and I want that as a writer as well. I want my world to be that, developed, and my characters to be that developed. And I think, as a reader, I can sense that when I'm reading something. So, I hope to convey that, in my book as well. Okay guys, that's it today. That's my little chat on the iceberg theory and how I'm kind of using that in my writing and revising as I go along. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.